Hey guys, how's it going? So another day and another vlog. I hope you're doing well. I am in this location. I think maybe for the third time. It's becoming a regular spot. It works quite well. I'm liking the Zero Drifter background back there. So I hope you're doing good on this Tuesday. And yeah, I want to go over some of the questions from Friday's vlog, whatever video thing, real quick. See if I can answer some questions. So let's have a look. Is there any questions in here real quick? I guess I should have looked at that before I came on here, shouldn't I? That would have been helpful. Um, oh, okay. So DJL12328. Is it your birthday, maybe? Probably not. 28? I don't know, whatever. Um, asked about the RPG screenshots that we released a while ago. I guess that was, I'm trying to think when I released those. It was probably in relation to Zero Drifter, because what they were, if you haven't seen them, they were just like just a few screenshots. I think part of the Zero Drifter post-mortem, maybe. I think I'd put them in there. Yeah, that was like a rough little basic RPG that Matthew and I were working on. At the time where we were trying to figure out a relatively short project to create at that time, which ended up being Zero Drifter. But we spent a couple of weeks, a few weeks, making this little kind of overhead, 2D RPG, light RPG, action RPG kind of game. Yeah, that's about it really. We just kind of played around with it a little bit. It's something we might pick up. I mean, we definitely have have a lot of interest in the RPG area. Excuse me, Dr. Pepper, but from BurgerFi. It's where I had lunch today with a friend. So yeah, it's definitely a chance we could pick that up again. Maybe not in its current or in that form, but yeah, maybe in the future. Codename DX again. Hello again. Thank you for your question in the past. Thank you for this question as well. Considering that the Shovel Knight amiibo just released, how do you feel about partnering up with Nintendo and making a Max amiibo? It would be awesome, but it costs a lot of money to do that. Each company who releases an amiibo, which I guess outside of Nintendo, is that maybe only Yacht Club at this point, or the other third-party amiibos I can't think of. Gosh, I don't know. Anyway, but the company is responsible for manufacturing those amiibos, and yeah, we are not in a financial position to do such a thing because it costs a lot of money to kind of design one, create one, manufacture one, package one, distribute. It's a lot. So yeah, we're not in the situation to do that. But yes, we would love to if we could afford to do that. That would be awesome. Yeah, if any of our games are a runaway hit, then maybe. But so far, no. Um, CamJam 1000 asks if Moon Chronicles is coming to Europe. Hopefully, eventually. We just need to find the time to do it. We're a small team and we're always making games, so we're trying to find some time to work on that Moon Chronicles for Europe. But right now, the big focus is to get Dimension 2 remastered finished up. Whether we'll have time after that, I don't know. Yeah, we'd like to. We definitely want to, but it's just finding the time to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shazaib Hussein, which he says I pronounced it correctly last time, so I want to go with that. Let me know if I did it right. Shazaib Hussein. Shazaib? I think that's right. Asked if Treasure is a 3DS exclusive or if the platforms are to be announced. The platforms are to be announced. Which would suggest it is more than 3DS, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. So no, it won't be a 3DS exclusive. It'll definitely be on one other platform, at least, in addition to 3DS. Mementoa, Mementoa. With how expensive games seem to cost to make now, you thinking of taking inspiration from older, simpler games for your bigger IPs like Moon or Dominion, games like Doom 1, Quake, etc., Serious Sam, stuff like that. Um, or Dominion as a Splatterhouse beat 'em up or something like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, any of the above really are potentials we always think about. We always go through a lot of ideas and thoughts of our current, you know, properties, our current kind of game brands or whatever you want to call them. In addition to new ideas, new stuff. We always kind of go through the gamut of those thoughts before each game. If we're fortunate enough to be in a position where, like, great, we're going to make a new game. What's it going to be? Um, so yeah, anything's possible. We're always open to that. And yeah, I mean, making a simpler Doom-esque FPS would be really a lot of fun. I mean, right now we don't have plans to do that, but it's a good idea, and yeah, it's stuff we've talked about. Because I think there potentially is an audience for that, and it certainly would be quicker to do it. But right now, no plans to do that. But yeah, certainly a possibility. Faux shower. Um, all right, so Tony Dominguez Reig. Um, he asks, he says, I'll end my 2-year formation in 3D animation, games, and interactive spaces this year. Already working on a game by me, I don't know, as a tech demo of what you can do, but it's an entire short game. I'll be starting another 2-year formation in game programming and design next year. When I finish all my studies, what do you recommend me to do in order to apply for a job? Any crucial advice? Okay, so he's in Europe, I think. Yeah, it sounds like he's in Europe and doing professional degrees. Yeah, yeah. So he's just seeing if anything like that exists outside of Europe. That's the thing with video games, and getting jobs in the industry is there's 100 ways of doing it, and none of them are easy. But there isn't like a direct way of getting in. So game programming and game design, I mean, really, you just have to kind of, I don't know, I mean, right now the nice thing is there are tools such as Unity and many other things that you can get into and start messing with. That some actually require programming and some don't, depending on what they are. But I think the best way is just do what you want to do and then try and find a way to show that off, and try and really show off your talent and your ability to potential employers as a portfolio piece, and sometimes just trying to make a game is the best way to do that, or an aspect of a game. Obviously for an artist, just a little different because it's all visual, so you can create visual assets and then present those as a portfolio, and it's fairly clear how to present your work that way. For programming and game design, it's a little different, but again, just kind of trying to create something as something you can show off is really the best way. And then just yeah, just start applying for jobs and going to trade shows and trying to talk to people that way potentially. Like PAX is pretty good, and there's quite a few of them now. Seattle, Boston, San Antonio. I'm trying to think if there's any outside of the US. I know there's one in Australia, but I don't know if there's one in Europe, is there? But I'm sure there's like equivalences over there as well. But that can be a good way to kind of meet up with developers and chat with them and trying to get some contacts, so you can get in. But it's just not easy. And I mean, it's different when I got in versus it is now, so it's kind of tough. But some people who are hiring use what do you call them, headhunters or just services, to find people, and some, just do it the old school way where you open up a way for people to send in resumes and stuff like that and portfolios. So it's kind of different, but just definitely follow what you're doing, and just find a good way to show that off is the best way. Rich T87 asks what my top 5 games are 2015. Gosh, that's tricky. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. I need to look at my 3DS and stuff and see what I actually played last year. I mean, Dementium Remastered is definitely in there. But apart from that, I don't know. I'm trying to think what came out last year. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But I'm sure that... Oh, well, SteamWorld Heist, actually. I really enjoyed that. I'm not just saying it because I know those guys. But it's a solid game. It's a really good game on the 3DS. But yeah, I'll have to get back to you on that one and see what else I've been playing. Jimmy Duck Egg asks if Super Challenge is coming to Steam or if it's undecided. Potentially, yeah, but right now 3DS and Wii U. Also, Zero Drifter 2 and Mutant Mudds 2 better happen. I assume Mudds 2 relies on Super Challenge being a super stellar. Yes. It does. Oh, okay, and Jose Mena Garcia asks, and he actually asked a few times ago about Son of the Dragon, which is a project we canned a long time ago, long time ago, before we did Dementium 2, so it's after Dementium 1, and after, I guess after Moon as well, or before Moon, gosh, I don't know now, I can't remember, but anyway, after Moon, I think, yes, yeah, maybe. That was a big project, though. You know, we signed up with Gamecock, who published the first Dementium on the DS. You know, and so we had the funding and we had the whole project plan out for that scope game. So for us to do that now, yeah, we would definitely need someone that had some cash to kind of invest in that. You know, just a third-person action-adventure game, basically, where you were Dracula. So it's a really cool concept, and I think it's still something that can carry, you know, and I think it'd be good to do now. But yeah, a lot of money and investment involved to pull that one off, which we had at the time, but unfortunately it's cancelled because South Peak bought Gamecock, and South Peak didn't want to invest in the Wii, and that game was for the Wii, so they cancelled the project, and we basically shifted funds to Dementium 2. So that's kind of how that worked out. Alright, I'm going to move over on to the video from yesterday to see if there's any questions from that real quick to try and cover everything. This has just been a question answering session, hasn't it? Sorry, if you guys don't really like lots of just question answering vlogs, let me know. I understand if you don't, because it's not, maybe it's helpful, I guess, some of the questions, to you guys, but hopefully they're helpful to more than just the person who's asking them. But if not, just let me know, and I can just waffle about what I'm working on more so. Sean Zafar asks about the old Russian-Ukraine tech demo called The Village, and is there any chance we can try something of that scale again? Well, that tech demo basically turned into Dementium 2. Like that, The Village from that demo is in Dementium 2. So that, you know, is what that morphed into. And that was really just an art demo. All you could do is walk around and look at the buildings, and that was really it. So there really wasn't much of a game in that demo. So I don't think that's something that we could really release. Philip Elder asks if Max was in another game other than Runbow, what would I like it to be? I don't know. I mean, I think it's neat. I mean, any decent game, any game that's good, I think it's great to have, you know, our characters in them. Mario Maker would be neat. That would be really fun to kind of create Mario's map, you know, Mutant Mud style levels with stuff in there. That would be really neat. So that's one that kind of pops to mind. Spike Blighty asks about the Dementium 2 porting of stuff that I mentioned, I think yesterday. Given the cross-platform nature of Unity, will we be using that in the future? Yeah, potentially. Yeah, for sure. For stuff outside of the 3DS. I'm still not convinced that Unity will create a decent game for the 3DS, because I think Unity is such a big overhead for the 3DS to handle. I don't know if you get good performance out of using Unity for new 3DS, I should say. But you know, I would like to be proven wrong on that, but I have my doubts that that's possible. But yeah, for other console games, yeah, I mean, we're definitely eager to. I was looking at the time there, 15 minutes already. Eager to use Unity. All right, well, I guess I should probably wrap this up. Sorry, guys, if I missed your questions and didn't cover anything I'm working on. Quick rundown. What am I doing? So I'm actually working on secret characters right now. So I'm doing some secret characters for Mutant Mud Super Challenge, and that's about it. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now, is getting those going. So I'm going to get back to that. So cool. Well, you guys have a good day, and I will see you next time. And if you have any questions, definitely drop them down below, and I'll try and get to them in the next vlog. All right, guys, take care. Bye.